Have you ever wondered if it was possible to quickly tweak your rigs-bound hierarchy directly in Unreal without having to re-export your mesh or create a Python script, for example? Yes, it is possible. Let me show you a quick simple workflow example today. Alright, let's say you've got a Mixamo character to start with. As you may already know, for some mysterious reason, Mixamo characters don't have a root bone. And that can definitely cause problems later in your workflow, depending on what you need to do. No proper root motion, limited control rig options, limited retargeting capabilities, a lot of not so cool stuff, right? So how can we handle this situation without leaving Unreal, and what are the possible workflows around it? Let's find out. First, let's pick a character from Mixamo in a T-pose. We'll keep it simple and use the Xbound character. Import it into Unreal using the default settings. Once imported, open the skeletal mesh and let's analyze the rig structure. As expected, and as I mentioned earlier, with Mixamo characters we start directly from the hips bone, so no root bone inside. To fix this, we can now use the skeletal mesh editor available since Unreal 5.3 and now available by default. Thanks to this new tool, we can modify rigs, create or move joints, reparent bones, and so much more. I actually made a video where I start from a static mesh and build an entire rig using this tool. Feel free to check it out if you haven't yet. Let's fix everything here and work through the full process. I will also show you the difference between a character with and without a root bone setup so you can see why it matters. So first, let's select the skeleton tool and choose the add function. Make sure you don't have any bone selected, otherwise you need to unparent and reparent manually. Then simply click anywhere in the viewport to create a new bone. You can reset its transform values easily afterward through the corresponding section. Rename the bone to roots and you're good. Now to reparent the entire hierarchy under the new root bone, collapse the tree structure in the skeletal panel. Then drag and drop the entire bone structure onto the root bone. And now it's time to save the modification we made. After clicking accept, Unreal will prompt you with a window asking if you want to create a new skeleton asset or merge into the existing one. I recommend choosing merge for this example to keep everything clean and avoid creating unnecessary assets. And just like that, in a few seconds, you've properly added a root bone. Pretty awesome, right? No need to export and re-import. This is a simple but very powerful feature that the skeletal mesh editor brings to Unreal, something we've never really seen before in a game engine. So what's the benefit of doing all this? Well, there are several advantages. First, for control rig creation, everything will be more streamlined and logical. For example, if you want to create a modular control rig, dragging and dropping the corresponding modules will behave much more predictably and cleanly based on their initial setup. Another major advantage is for retargeting. Let's import the third-person sample pack to illustrate. Inside the animation folder, you'll find a few animation sequences we can use for retargeting. I also made a full video about the new retargeting system a few months ago, so check it out if you want a detailed step-by-step guide. But to keep it simple here, right-click on any animation sequence in the content browser and choose Retarget Animation. Select your Xbound skeleton and, for example, pick the walk animation. Everything should work great, but the real benefits become even more obvious afterward. You might still get a kind of decent result using the original Mixamo skeleton, but later on you'll quickly notice limitation. Now let's export the retargeted result. If you open the newly retargeted animation sequence and enable the root motion option here, you clearly see a clean and properly adjusted root trajectory. Compare that to the Unreal Mannequin, the root motion matches perfectly. This leads to better animation behavior when creating cinematics in Sequencer, for example, or using animation in-game. Now, look at what happens if you retarget using the original Mixamo skeleton without adding a root bone first. The root motion is completely off. This becomes even more obvious with in-place animation. The result doesn't match the original Mannequin animations at all. If you place the character side by side, the Mixamo character with the fixed hierarchy, the original one, and the Unreal Mannequin, the difference is crystal clear. It shows how crucial it is to set up your rig hierarchy properly. The important thing to remember is this. Now, thanks to Skeletal Mesh Editor, you can fix these kinds of issues directly inside Unreal, in just a few seconds. Animation workflow in general are streamlined like never before. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this little video to show you a quick and precise example of dealing with root, bone hierarchy and all the rig structure within Unreal without having to go outside of it, as I said. And see you next week for a new one. Bye!